Today, I'll talk about the $100,000 rule. Actually, I'm not the one who came up with this rule. It was first introduced by Warren Buffett's valuable partner at Berkshire Hathaway, Charlie Munger. Charlie Munger says, the first $100,000 is the hardest, but you must do it. I don't care if you walk everywhere or eat coupon meals. Find a way to save that first $100,000. After that, you can ease off the gas a little. Today, I'll explain why you need to do everything you can to save that first $100,000, and I'll prove it mathematically. Then I'll suggest some methods for saving that initial amount. Additionally, it's not just about saving $100. I'll also explain how to increase your annual savings and boost the returns on your money, because all of this helps you reach wealth much faster. Now let's take a closer look at the magic of $100,000. First, let's talk about the power of compound interest. Even Albert Einstein said that compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. Let me ask you a question. Imagine someone offers you a choice. They could give you $1 million right now, or they could give you just 1 cent today, but promise to double it every day for the next 30 days. Which would you choose? I'm sure most of you are thinking, I'll take the $1 million now. The person might change their mind later. But if you do the math, the result is surprising. Let me show you with a simple table. You take 1 cent on day 1, which doesn't feel like much, and your friends may even laugh at you. On day 2, you have 2 cents, day 3, 4 cents, and you're still very poor. By day 10, you have $5.12, while your friend with $1 million is probably already spending it. By day 11, you'll have $10.24 and so on. Still, you're far behind, but if you wait a little longer, things start to change. By day 20, you have $5,242, still not much compared to $1 million. But after 21 days, you have $10,185. On day 22, $20.71, and by day 28, $1,342 million. By day 30, you end up with $5,368,709, all starting with just 1 cent. That's the power of compound interest. So how does this relate to our $100,000 story? You're probably thinking, money doesn't double that easily, does it? And you're right, it doesn't. So now, let's talk about a more realistic scenario and why saving that first $100,000 is so important. Let's be conservative and assume an annual return of 7%, which is achievable with basic investment strategies like index funds in the S&P 500. Let's say you manage to save $10,000 a year. Maybe you and your partner save it together by cutting costs. Now don't say, who can save $10,000 a year? Many people can. The problem is they don't know how to grow that money. We'll focus on those who can save money today, and we can talk about making more money in future videos. In year 1, you save $10,000. Assuming you invest it all at the end of the year for simplicity, your balance remains $10,000. In year 2, you save another $10,000, and your first year's savings earns 7% interest, giving you $10,700 in total. Adding your second year's savings brings you to $2,700. By the third year, you add another $10,000, and your previous balance earns more interest. After a few years of saving and compound interest, you'll reach $100,000 in approximately 8 years. By then, you will have saved $80,000 and earned an additional $22,000 in interest. Here's the exciting part. Once you hit $100,000, getting to $200,000 will take just 5 years instead of 8. The next $100,000 comes faster, and by year 17, you'll have $308,000. This is because the more you save, the faster your wealth grows. As time goes on, you'll reach $400,000 by year 20, and by year 22, you'll have $490,000. After that, you'll be adding $100,000 to your savings in just 2 years, and eventually, you'll be saving $144,000 every 2 years. By year 25, you'll be closing in on $944,000. Now you might ask, what about inflation? That's a separate topic, but for now we're focusing on how the math works. The lesson here is that the first $100,000 is the hardest to save. It takes 8 years. But after that, each additional $100,000 comes faster and faster, thanks to the power of compound interest. What does this teach us? First, increase your annual returns by becoming a better investor. Financial literacy is key to achieving returns higher than 7%. For example, My personal average annual return is between 10% and 12%, and I don't invest in risky assets like altcoins or highly volatile stocks. With a better return, you can reach your $100,000 goal even faster. Now, what if you can also increase your annual savings? Instead of saving $10,000 each year, if you can save 5% more each year, you could reach $100,000 in just 7 years. If you manage to increase your savings by 10% annually, you'll reach $100,000 even faster in 6.5 years. If you're a really good investor and can achieve a 10% annual return while increasing your savings, you could become a millionaire in just 15 years. Even with inflation, that's still a very impressive achievement. The math is simple. The more you save, the faster you reach the next $100,000 and the faster your wealth grows. So what should you focus on? First, increase your savings. The more you save, the faster your money snowballs. Second, improve your financial literacy and learn how to get better returns on your investments. Don't just save money in low-return investments. Explore better options like stocks, real estate, and other assets. Another key factor is managing your expenses. Many financial advisors focus on how to cut costs, and I agree with that, especially when you're working toward your first $100,000. Every dollar counts at this stage. Lastly, protect your savings from unexpected expenses. This is where insurance comes in. I'm not sponsored by any insurance companies, but it's important to budget for insurance. I've seen people who saved up a lot of money but lost it all due to unexpected events like car accidents, health issues, or house damage. In upcoming videos, we'll continue discussing different steps and formulas for wealth creation. But for now, take a moment to think about how you can reach your first $100,000. Don't take unnecessary risks with volatile investments. Think about realistic, manageable ways to reach your goal. Once you get there, the rest of the journey will become much easier.